This is the Pubcast. I'm John Loomer, and today we're going to talk about the Facebook ads restriction period for politics and social issues. Let's go. All right, so if you're running Facebook ads or have run Facebook ads for politics, elections, social issues, you understand it's a special ad category, right? Lots of scrutiny around this. There's been so much controversy around it related to Facebook ads over the last 6-7 years. This is not new. However, what you do need to know about is within the US, there is a restriction period that's coming not for the presidential election, which I'm sure that'll come as well, but for the midterm elections that will be happening in early November. So let's talk specifically about what that restriction period is, what you can do, what you can't do in order for you to get prepared. Bottoms up. Okay, so the midterm election itself will occur on November 8th. So Tuesday, November 8th. And the restriction period itself will run from midnight, so the 12 o'clock, I guess 01 is what they're saying, a.m. On Tuesday, November 1st, so the beginning of Tuesday, November 1st, through the end of Tuesday, November 8th. During that period, first of all, if you're running, again, this is just specifically for ads within this special ad category for politics, elections, social issues, none of those ads will be approved during that period. So no new ads, no big changes. It's kind of a dead period, okay? It doesn't mean ads can't run, but they will need to be approved prior to that, all right? So if you have a client who wants to run political ads, social issues ads in the U.S., or you're kind of discussing this with a potential client, get this sorted out now, because you can't wait till the last minute. This isn't going to be one of those things where it's like, oh, I'm just going to submit my ads on October 31st or even October 30th, and we'll be good. No, because not only the ad does that need to get approved, but other stuff has to get approved as well. And we'll get to those details. Cheers. Yeah, so like I said, you got to get going right away. If you probably know this if you've ever done ads in special ad categories, period. But there tends to be an approval process, but especially within elections and social issues because of this added scrutiny. So there are two things, and really it's all involved in one, I guess. But you will need, if you haven't already, you need to get authorization to run these ads in the first place. So it's like this whole verification process. You're probably going to need to send in documents and IDs and all that kind of, I haven't done it myself. It's just my understanding of how it works. And it can be a process. It can take some time. That process also includes getting a disclaimer approved. So if you haven't done that, that all has to happen first before you even create an ad. All right? So do that now is my point. I mean, Facebook recommends you get that part of it done by October 18th, and then submit or at least start the process. But again, I've heard that it can take a while, like even more than a week. So I feel like October 18th at the latest. Then October 25th is when Facebook suggests you submit your ad. Because the point here is this ad not only needs to be approved, you need to have impressions, at least one impression. That's crazy, right? By November 1st in order for them to run. So you could technically get approved on October 31st and like right before the closing bell. But if no impressions are shown, in theory, according to these rules, those ads will not be shown. That you missed that period, all right, because of that restriction period. So there's other stuff you have to know specific to that restriction period as well, and we'll get to that next.
Glug, glug, glug.
So you've submitted ads for approval. You've been authorized, all that kind of stuff. You submitted your ads. The ads got approved, okay? You've gotten your first impression at least prior to the restriction date of November 1st. Now you're in that period. We'll just say it's November 3rd. And you get an order from your client, oh man, we gotta up this budget. You're in luck. You can actually do that. So there are some specific things that you can do during that period with these ads, assuming they were already running and everything we were just talking about. So you can edit the budget, you can edit your bid, you can change the scheduled end date, and you could otherwise pause and unpause the ads that were already running, right? So that's actually one thing to consider. If you didn't want to run these ads until that restriction period, run them right, start them right now, get some initial impressions, pause them, and then you can wait, right? Now, presumably, I would think, based on the way those rules read, you can't do anything else. But within Facebook's documentation, they specifically called out the following things that you can't do. You can't edit ad copy and creative, again, within that restricted period. You can't edit targeting, placement, optimization, or objective. I mean, those seem interesting that you can't do anything with those. I understand the copy, creative, targeting, placement too. That seems odd. And you can't remove or add a new disclaimer. So, again, the fact that they call those out, I find kind of weird because as far as I know, those other things are the only things you can do, which is editing the budget, bid, scheduled end date, and pausing and unpausing. But maybe there's some gray area in there of some things that aren't listed that you can do.
Last call.
That's all I got. We had a short episode today. I don't run political ads, social issues ads. Man, I got to tell you, I'm sure. And actually, it's something I've been exposed to in an indirect way before where I kind of saw it from the outside. But I just understand that things have changed a lot over the last couple of years. It's not easy. A lot of restrictions. It's completely different than the way it was 3-4 years ago, right? So because of that, and because of all these restrictions and approval processes and everything else, you owe your client that you need to get this going right away and make sure they understand. So hope this helps you. It was fun today. Thanks for joining me. If you liked it, make sure you subscribe, rate, and review. If you don't like it, don't worry about it. Forget how you do that shit. All right. So until next time, do awesome things. I'm out.